Hi there, Aquarius. How are you? It's me, NSF from the Inner Stereo, and I'm back again doing your 17th of October until 21st of October 2018 readings. So as usual, I'm going to be covering your relationship sector, meaning that you can always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, boyfriend, co-workers, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, alright? So don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because I tend to realize that with my readings I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign. And guess where my Venus sign is? Aquarius. Yeah. That's why I always get a little bit anxious when it comes to doing it like Aquarius reading, because somehow it kind of like hits quite at home. So I'm going to be reading your energy and then your challenges, and after that I'm going to be looking at your past, present, and future, all right? And when I'm talking about future, we're talking about up until 21st or 22nd of October. So your overall energy for the now, you have the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Swords, and you also have the Queen of Swords in here. It kind of like is a little bit bipolar in here, Aquarius, you know what I mean? It's either you're feeling a certain ways to someone and then you're feeling a certain ways to other person, or it could be that this relationship is giving you all sorts of mixed feeling. One minute you guys feel like you guys are on top of the world. You feel like you guys are winning. But sometimes things makes you question things, you know what I mean? Because you do have like a severe trust issues in here. And let's be clear, okay? Because I tend to notice that you guys get attacked a lot in comment section. And it's not attacking me, it's attacking Aquarius sun sign. The Queen of Swords doesn't happen to be the Queen of Swords because you guys were born to be cold and detached and having like a trust issues, always wanting to ask questions, always wanting to ask a motive of someone. No, it's because you guys have been burned in the past. That's why every time things seems to kind of like be too good to be true, you guys ask questions a lot, like why do you love me, like why is this like this, why is it like this? You do have like a certain trust issues in here, Aquarius. Okay, with the Four of Swords in here, kind of like talk about, you know, every time you're trying to walk, yeah, you just don't want to think about it. You just want to enjoy that celebratory and victorious feeling that you're dealing with deep down inside. If you're dealing with two people, I feel like you're completely cutting off someone and then focusing on the newer thing. Or it could be you guys are focusing on anything that just makes you feel happy. Anything that makes you feel like you're on top of the world. Because I feel like your past person kind of make you feel miserable in some ways, you know. There are certain type of people who just makes you feel miserable, unattractive, unwanted, you know what I mean? And I feel like right now you guys just wants to find your sense of self-worth again. Don't have to challenge, please. Must be love on the brain. What's challenging? You have the World card. So there is, I feel like, there is a chapter that is very, very hard for you guys to close in. Or to close off, okay? And if you already closed that chapter, make sure that you guys are writing something new, because if you don't write something new, then you're still on that same page. You're still on that chapter, you know what I mean? It's either an argument that has not been resolved just yet, but everything just seems so good right now. You just want to focus on that, and you don't want to let your Queen of Swords be seen. Second challenge, you have the Princess of Pentacles here. So you guys could be dealing with someone who is somewhat calculative. The Princess of Pentacles, especially in this particular deck of mine, is someone who would kind of like make some sort of a list. What is a good thing about you and what is a bad thing about you? If you do this, only then I will do that. You know what I mean? So it's someone who is kind of like waiting for a green light, someone who wait for signals from you. So you need to be the one who calls the shot, because they embodies this feminine energy. So you need to be the masculine energy, meaning that you need to be the one that initiates things. And that's how it works with them. I'm not advising you, but I'm just saying that this is how it works with them, with their energy in the now. You could also be dealing with someone who is not totally over their past person. You know, there's so many scenarios that I'm picking in here. They're not totally over someone, so that's why they're being very, very calculative towards you. You have the Hermit card in here. So in the past, you were dealing with someone who was kind of like isolating themselves. You know, someone who is kind of like much more of a loner. You could be dealing with a Virgo too anyway, but this is a general reading. I'm not going to be, you know, mentioning signs. someone who kind of like look in within the read between the lines, someone who is like, come on, universe, please give me a sign, please give me an instruction what to do with my life and stuff like that. But this person is, if you're dealing with one person, this person does actually wants to build something with you. With the Two of Wands in here in this particular deck of mine, it talks about collaboration. So meaning that this person is kind of like expecting you to work hand in hand with them to work on this relationship from the very beginning, you know what I mean, from the seed, so that you guys can actually build something. They want for you to be an active participant of this relationship. If you're dealing with two people, I feel like person A is kind of like isolating themselves away from you because they're dealing with a lot of anxieties and depression from their side, and they're trying to find answers. But what I love about it is that both of these people are actually wanting to be the center of your universe. You know what I mean? Sorry, too much card. I only need 2 more cards. You have the Ace of Pentacles in here, so I feel like you guys really, really love this new offer that is coming in. You guys are really, because you guys kind of like sense it, like, okay, I feel like this is like the new beginning that I've been looking for, regardless if you've been in a long commitment or whatever. But I feel like there's this sense of renewal in this relationship. There is something new that is going on in this relationship, and in the past you guys are kind of like believing at the same page as them, that if you guys work together hand in hand and work through and collaborate together, this could actually lead to the Ten of Pentacles, where we're talking about collective happiness, we're talking about a collective emotional security and stability, you know what I mean? So both of you trust one another. You do have that faith. But then there's Justice card in reverse in here, because you have the Ten of Swords. I'm going to have to clarify this one. Right, because I feel like, you guys have been burdened a lot. You know what I mean? And it's very, very hard for you guys to even, if we're talking about a long-term commitment, and if we're talking about you guys only dealing with one person, you felt like, oh my God, now it's finally like something new. Now there's like a renewal of this relationship, but you are having like a little bit of a doubt deep down inside of you, because you felt like in the past you did so much, but then received so little, and then things were not going on an even keel, that you guys kind of like questioning. Like sometimes you guys have like a blind optimism towards it, but then on the other hand, sometimes you're kind of like questioning, what if I put it in the work and it still resulted to nothing? Okay, so you guys are kind of like in that zone. With the 10 of the 10 and 10. With the Justice card in reverse in here, it could also talks about you guys feeling like they are actually doing the work, in their own way. You know what I mean? People have a different love languages, and I feel like it will be like a lot easier for you if both of you like go with a test, like online test is okay, like to know what is it their love language, what is it that they're expecting out of you, so that because people treat the people that they love based on their love language. For me, for instance, I like physical touch and I like words of confirmation, but I might be dealing with someone who have like a totally different love languages than I do, and sometimes I don't realize that. So maybe they need something different, but I give them something different, so it is a clash of energy. They don't feel emotionally fulfilled, whereas you felt like you've done a lot. Okay, you might want to kind of like communicate how is it that you like for them to do to you, so that you guys feel loved. You know what I mean? Because this person actually does have like a really, really good intention with you, the way I see it. They might be kind of like looking answers through astrology too, through psychic, through tarot cards too, but they were looking answers when it comes to you. They have the 10 of Cups now, so they're feeling very, very happy with you, emotionally. Yep. They feel very happy with you emotionally. And with the Chariot card in here, it's like a sense of they totally believe that the direction that they're going to, which is you, is very, very interesting enough for them, so that they're willing to risk it. You know what I mean? Because they do feel like the collective happiness with you. They love you deeply here, Aquarius. And you do too. You have the Lover's card here. You could have like felt like this is something that was blessed by the angel, a union that you really, really like. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So you guys also want to kind of like offer them something stable, but they're here. You still have the Four of Pentacles, meaning that there's something here that you're hiding. That you're not, I'm not like saying like you're hiding as if like it's lies or anything, but there's something that you're not communicating. Something that because you just don't want to disrupt the stabilities that you're having in the now so much that you just don't want to communicate the things that has been bothering you on the inside. Let's see what it is. Apa maksudnya Four of Pentacles? Sige, apa? You have the Hermit card, and you have the Nine of Cups. Again, as I said, yeah. And you have you have the Three of Wands here too. It's all about whatever that you feel kind of like intuitively. You guys just feel the need that you want to be emotionally secure. You know what I mean? You just want to make sure that this is something that is secure enough for you. And you've been trying to tap into your intuition. You've been trying to kind of like look within. You probably would want to look outside too. Again, as I said, through astrology, tarot, psychic, or just, going around and asking friends and everything like that. But something deep down inside of you still feel very, very much insecure in this relationship. Let's see the future before I even comment on things. They have the Temperance card in reverse. And Four of Cups. The Hanged Man. Eight of Pentacles. And also the Judgment card with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like in the future, you guys are going to be so much focused on your work that this person is feeling kind of like left out in the cold by you. And they're kind of like losing their patience a lot. Because people will sense intuitively if you guys are kind of like not on the same page as them and everything like that. I feel like your worry and then your trust issues kind of like finally get in the way, and rather than you kind of like confront those trust issues that you're having, I feel like you guys feel the need to focus on your work much more. Okay, if you want to focus on your work, try to kind of like communicate with them what is it, your goals and everything like that, because this person is going to be feeling very, very sad with the Four of Cups in here. They're just going to be like, why is Aquarius acting funny? And they're not going to do much about it. They're just going to kind of like wait for the rain to pass. Okay, and they're still here hanging around with the Hangman in here. They're still hanging around by the tree waiting for you. Waiting what's up. You have the Judgment card in reverse in here, meaning that there's like a period of indecision that you're feeling here. Some way, somehow, you have the Nine of Pentacles, meaning that you guys somehow, feeling very, very dependent on them too. Whether it is emotionally or you just need, some sort of support for them because you just like the energy that they give you. Okay, but you're very, very indecisive about it because of the things that has been communicating. It's like acting like an elephant in the room, Aquarius. I feel like you need to kind of like sort it out by yourself. If it is the matter of you guys are feeling unloved in the now and you want them to give you more, try to kind of like communicate what you need to feel loved. If there's like an issue that has not been solved, but you guys are just not willing to talk about it because you don't want to ruin what you guys are having in the now, this is looking very, very great in the now, in the present moment. So if it's not happening now, it's going to happen like really, really soon. Don't be afraid to communicate it, because in the future, this person is going to get really, really hurt by you. With the Temperance card in reverse, they're going to kind of like snap and lose their patience. I don't feel like they're going to be kind of like coming out and angry towards you, no, but they're just going to kind of like be distanced a little bit and wait for the rain to pass for you to kind of like come around again to them. So, if you're dealing with two people, let's talk about if you're dealing with two people. Okay, if you're dealing with two people, I want to know what's the Temperance card in here for. I feel like if you're dealing with two people, you guys are going to be focusing much more on someone who offers you like a lot of emotional happiness in here. Someone who you don't need to pretend who you are not. You know what I mean? Because, okay, here's the thing. Person A is the Hermit card, and it was like a new offer that is coming to your life. It was person A is a new offer that's coming to you in your life, and you guys kind of like really, really believe in that. Okay, person B is someone who actually wants to work things out again with you. With the Two of Wands, meaning that you guys were actually already were connected in the past. So you were building something, but you guys felt like the things has been standing on an uneven keel, so that's why you guys are kind of like wishy-washy about it, and you guys were so much focusing on the newer thing, you know what I mean? The newer thing, person A, actually brings you like a lot of emotional stabilities, a lot of emotional securities, in which you kind of like felt some sort of love towards them. You felt like this relationship or this connection has been blessed by the angels and stuff like that. You really, really love it. You really, really love it. And then there's like someone here who, person B, someone who you know from past, way before you knew person A, is someone who still feel you very, very much attractive. But I kind of like sense with the Queen of Pentacles in here, is like you guys are trying way hard to get them to come charging at you, you know what I mean? Like you guys are kind of like, because the Queen of Pentacles, you know, in this particular deck of mine, I'm not gonna say the Queen of Pentacles in any other deck, but in this particular deck of mine is a queen where you need to kind of like show like, here, this is what I have. Guys, are you interested? You know what I mean? So you guys are kind of like projecting someone that you're not. You're kind of like being like a little bit fake in some ways. Like you're not being yourself. Okay, you're not being yourself. And you have the Four of Pentacles in here, meaning that you kind of like is hiding things too. Okay, the person A is going to kind of like lose their patience a little bit. Are they going to leave you? I don't think so, but they're just going to be like making them feeling very, very wishy-washy, because people are very, very intuitive and they know if your guys are hiding something, you know what I mean? But I feel like you guys are going to be focusing much more on this person A rather than the person B. And person B is still hanging around here too, because they still do want you very much. But I feel like you guys are not going to be kind of like closing the door completely to them, because you still feel the being kind of like dependent on them in some ways as well. Okay, so now you guys are kind of like the Hangman. You guys are kind of like waiting for answers on what to do. So that's if you're dealing with two people. Much more complicated than if you're dealing with one person. Good luck. Okay, so I think that's it for my reading for you guys, Aquarius. I'll be seeing you guys in 1 week from now. Bye-bye.